Welcome back, everybody, to another episode Deuce 22 of Inside the Leather Podcast. I'm your host, Ronnie from New Jersey, and as always, we're presented by Golficity. Folks, do me a favor. Subscribe, like, comment, do what you got to do, interact with us, ask us questions, we'll give you answers. If you're listening on podcasts, you know, the iTunes, the Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, if you're listening, do us a favor, drop a review, right? That helps, I think, right? The reviews of how Jeremy's help.
Yeah, it helps.
It helps. It helps. So do that for us. Also, make sure you check out the Inside the Leather merchandise store. We got hoodies, we got onesies, we got beach towels, tank tops, T-shirts, hats. It's all there. Mugs, stickers for your laptops. That's like a big thing. Everybody puts the sticker now on their laptops,
or
right?
Or on their bumper of the car.
On the bumper of your car, right? Yo, beep if you like Inside the Leather, right? There's one beep going on, right? There's one honk right now. Anyway, but listen, that's what I'm saying. So check us out. Do all that stuff. We appreciate it. All right. We got a good show. We're talking about topics. All right, today, what we're doing today. I mean, let me start off that way.
Okay.
It's just myself and Jeremy alone in studio, right? We finally got the keys. It's like you know, you left your high school kid home for the, you know, there's nobody here. It's completely empty, right? And it's like mom and dad went away for the weekend and they left the kids in the house, and we're gonna throw a party here, right? But no, listen. So, you know, I was researching last night a little bit. So what the hell am I going to talk about on episode 22, right? I got to figure this out. So I was doing a little research. I came across an article, and the article was from 2017. Now, I didn't know it was from 2017 until I actually got to the bottom of the article, and it was like trending kind of golf topics, right? Like stuff that people, and they had interviewed PGA Tour professionals, right? And they were and there were percentages of how they answered these specific questions. So I thought it was kind of cool. And then I got to the last question. I saw it. I read it. I was like, oh, that's a good one. And then I saw what the percentage was, yes or no. And I was like, wait a minute. This can't be right. And that made me...
He's dying.
I'm dying over here, folks. And that made me go up to the top and say, when the hell was this article written, right? And it was in 2017. So we're going to go through a couple of those, right? We're going to debate them a little bit. Me and Jeremy, the producer, go back and forth on that stuff. And, and then what else we got? We got a part 5, whatever. We're getting into it. Hang on a second. I got locked out of my remarkable tablet, which, by the way, I'm not happy. Jeremy got an alert email I got 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. I bought the Remarkable 2. The second one came out, by the way. If you're a paper person, this is the best way to keep your stuff organized, and it's better than the iPad. It writes so legit. It actually sounds like a pencil. Anyway, delayed. A delay.
How long?
Like 2 months.
Can't blame him.
I was sick. I was like, I bought this thing. I mean, I spent like, I don't even want to say, like hundreds of dollars on this thing, and I got to wait now 2 additional months.
It was supposed to be here like today?
No, I bought it in March. It was supposed to be here in July, and now it doesn't look like it's coming until September.
When's the release on it?
Well, I mean, the release, I don't know. I pre-ordered it. I was in the second batch. The second pre-order batch.
Okay.
So they were doing 3 batches. I got in the second one. I contemplated too hard on the first one, and I should have just did it, but I didn't, and now I'm stuck with. Anyway, regardless. Anyway, back to thing. So anyway, so we got a good show. All right, we're gonna. It's gonna be a quick one. You know, we're I liked the last week's episode. If you didn't check it out, Philly Book It was on. We debated a few things. We talked about the Charles Schwab tournament. Right, we all had our winners.
All right.
Right, we all picked winners, and it was fun. It was a good back. It was 35 minutes.
Never.
And that's a goal.
First in history.
It was the first. Yeah, it was the shortest episode minus my 15-minute from the PGA's demo day, right? But anyway, so here we are. We're back. Another read from our friends over at DraftKings. Oh, how much fun was it doing the DraftKings? I mean, I'm telling you right now, they're making me really get into fantasy golf, and I'm excited about it because I am a diehard fantasy football person.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I'm in 12 leagues with football.
That's
like
nuts.
12.
Oh, you told me this. I think
there's one that I really care about. It's from NFSL. It's a National Fantasy Sports League, right? I've been in this league since I was, 12 years old, 13 years old, whatever. 1990 we started in the league. So and it was through the mail.
Were you like 20 at that age at the time?
No, I was like 12 at
the
time.
Right.
No, wait, no, 1990. I don't even know how old I was. Yeah, I was like 12. I was 78 yeah. So you had to do it was through the mail. Like they would mail stuff back and forth. Every Tuesday you get the mail, and it was like stats and standings and everything. It was great. But now everything's obviously online. But I'm in about 12 other leagues that are just high money, big money leagues. But now I'm getting huge on the DFS for golf. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, folks, here we go. The PGA Tour is back. That's right. We have another full weekend of golf ahead of us. And even though the trophy is reserved for the winner, the big cash prizes don't have to be. All right? To add to the excitement, DraftKings, the official daily fantasy game of the PGA Tour, is putting you in the center of the action for a free shot at $1 million top prize with your first deposit. It's easy to play. Just pick 6 golfers, stay under the salary cap, and submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday. Then sit back and follow the action, right? It's amazing. The more red numbers they have on the leaderboard, the closer you'll be winning to some green, right? Rack up. Oh, Jesus. What do we do here?
Why?
And I really want to do it again. So let's do it again. I'm going to just do it again.
From the beginning or just to read?
No, just to read. I'm going to do the read again.
All right.
Right? And we can leave it in there. They're getting a little extra bonus here free.
Okay.
I kind of lost my train of thought. I kind of just I don't know. I came out of it.
You just
not
stopped.
happy.
It threw me off when you stopped.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
All right, do it
But
again.
we're going to do it again. Here we go, folks. Take 2. The PGA Tour is back. That's right. It's another full weekend of golf ahead of us. And even though the trophy is reserved for the winner, the big prizes don't have to be. To add to the excitement, DraftKings, the official daily fantasy game of the PGA Tour, is putting you in the center of the action with a free shot at $1 million top prize with your first deposit. It's easy to play. Just pick 6 golfers, stay under the salary cap, and submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday. Then sit back and follow the action. The more red numbers that your players have on the leaderboard, the closer you'll be to winning some green. Rack up points with pars, birdies, finishing position, and more. It doesn't get any closer to a major than this, with all the heavy hitters taking the course and $1 million up for grabs at DraftKings. Amazing. It's just so awesome. Download the DraftKings app now and use promo code ITL20 for a free shot at $1 million top prize with your first deposit. That's promo code ITL20 to get a free shot at $1 million with your first deposit only at DraftKings. Minimum $5 deposit required. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough. Eligibility restrictions may apply. And see DraftKings.com for details. Woo!
Was that better? You like that one better?
Yeah, no, I mean, I felt better about it. I came out of it. Very weird. I usually don't do that, but I did, and it's okay. We pivoted. We moved on.
And that's because we do it raw here.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live, and well, it's weird. It feels like it's live because we're doing it all in one take, but it's not live.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we're
doing it semi-live.
Red button's flashing, so
we're doing it semi-live. All right.
Go.
Anyway, so let's just jump into it. So, all right. So, the article that I prefaced at the beginning, the top of the show, that was the PGA Tour players discuss hot topics about the game of golf, and we'll give the guy a little credit here. Brandon Wilfer, was the author of the article, and it was back in 2017. Now, it's amazing how a lot of the topics in this article are still relevant and still talked about today. Yeah. As a matter of fact, on my drive in, I heard a couple people on the radio, Sirius Satellite Radio. They were talking about one of these topics.
Okay.
And it was one of the ones that I picked out of the 10 to talk about today. And I was kind of like, wow, wait a minute. What's going on? Like, what are the odds that, anyway, well, they're relevant. That's why I picked them, because I thought they were relevant. Apparently other people did too, because they're talking about them on the radio. So here we go. I mean, first one that I want to talk about is, we haven't talked a lot on this show about Tiger Woods,
which I think is a problem.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everybody talks about Tiger Woods.
I mean, it's just fine. It just mind blows me how we talk about Patrick Reed every week and not
we don't
one
talk,
time have we talked about.
We don't
Tiger
talk
Woods.
about Patrick Reed every week.
Most
right?
weeks.
I like Patrick Reed, whether you hate me for it or not. I don't care.
We're talking about him now, so there's
well, we are. We're going to talk about him again in a minute, but this is not the point. The point is, I like Patrick Reed, and I like Tiger Woods too. So.
Yeah, but Patrick Reed or Tiger Woods.
But we talk about Patrick Reed only because people ask me who I think is going to win. And I always say Patrick Reed.
Yeah, I mean,
never
right. It's never right. Unless you talk to somebody while he won the Northern Trust, which I don't think you had a podcast then.
No, I didn't have a podcast. We're only on episode 22. Therefore,
That's right.
22 weeks I've had a podcast. So actually, more of my podcast weeks have been during Corona at home in my basement.
Yeah,
I think we filmed just as many at home as we have here at HQ. But yeah. So anyway, so listen. So Tiger Woods. Okay. I may have mentioned this in the past that, I was actually a Phil fan more so than Tiger. And it wasn't anything personally against Tiger. It was just that I've always rooted for the underdog, right? I'm always I like the underdog, okay? I don't like betting on the favorites. I'd rather win more money, bet less money on the underdogs, right? I take the long shots at the racetrack.
Yeah.
If the Yankees are you got to lay 300 to win 100 on the Yankees, I'm just not going to bet that day.
It's stupid.
It's so I like underdogs always. My football team, the Jets, have just been perennial underdogs. I mean, every year,
especially when they played the Cowboys last season. Had to be favorite heavy underdogs there.
But I'm pretty sure they won that game.
That's what I'm saying. They were underdogs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. But no, so that's why. So growing up, you had the Tiger and the Phil, and I liked Phil. I liked Phil.
Was it because he was a more happy guy, happy-go-lucky guy? Or?
No, not only. I just thought it was it was too easy to root for Tiger. It was, and I wasn't. I wasn't really into golf that much.
But so then
I had just started playing golf, and I wasn't really into watching golf. So I think maybe now it would have, if you take me now and put me back then, it might be a little bit different. But just typically overall, in my life, I root for the underdogs, right? I'm rooting for the underdogs. So when Phil, was losing all those tournaments, I kind of liked it. I was pulling for this guy to win the majors. Let's go. He obviously was good enough, right? But Tiger would just win everything. And again, it was nothing against Tiger. It was just that's just me. I like underdogs. So
wait, a quick question for you before we go on. Now, specifically now, wouldn't your underdog be wouldn't your more of an underdog be Jordan Spieth than Patrick Reed? Because Patrick Reed has won recently than more than Jordan Spieth.
No, Jordan Spieth is totally no. What?
No, but the way Jordan Spieth is playing is just so bad right now. Aren't you pulling for him to do well? Based on what you just said about Phil.
So when you're comparing the two, I mean, if you're comparing, I mean, I don't know who's really the favorite between Spieth and Reed. I don't even know. Spieth's had more success.
But we're talking strictly underdogs. Based on what you just said,
right,
about Phil Mickelson, that you want him to pull through, win a championship, win a major,
right.
Isn't that something you want to happen to Jordan Spieth?
I mean, yeah, but because I like Jordan.
So, Spieth. Right now, if you asked me, if some random Pete pulled me off the street and said, "Yo, who's an underdog right now?" in your mind, Patrick Reed, because everyone hates him, but he still wins, or Jordan Spieth?
I don't really think either of them are underdogs.
So you think Jordan Spieth is going to be favored?
I don't know.
I threw you for a loop.
No, it's not clear.
I'm saying all right. You know. Okay, I'll break it down again. Jordan Spieth was on a hot streak.
Put it this way, like Michael Jordan, right?
But okay.
Are we talking? I mean, the underdog, Dominique Wilkins.
That's your underdog.
Yeah.
You don't think it was like Isaiah Thomas?
No, because they beat the Bulls at the beginning. They were the favorites, and then Jordan was the underdog, and then it always flips. I mean, look at Tiger. Tiger was the favorite, and everybody was chasing him, and now
he's not the underdog. You can't tell me Tiger's the underdog right now.
I mean, he's not. I mean, it's not as easy as it was at one point.
Right, but you can't say he's the underdog. I don't think you can say Patrick Reed's an underdog either.
I'm not. That's you're trying to get me to pick between Jordan Spieth and Patrick Reed as to which one is the underdog, and I don't really think either one of them is an underdog.
So let's roll the tape.
An underdog to me is someone who hasn't won a major
ever,
and is dying to win one, but consistently finishes 2,
Tony
3.
Finau. Okay, Tony Finau is the answer.
Yeah,
there we go. All right, we agreed.
Tony, yeah, for sure. I love Tony Finau. I'm rooting for Tony Finau all the time.
He's a great guy.
Unless he's playing, unless it's between him and Jordan Spieth, or not Jordan Spieth, but him and Patrick Reed.
See, that's okay.
Or Tiger. I would rather Tiger. I want Tiger to win them all now because I want him to.
But you just said. But I know. But I'm just going off what you said about Phil, that he was always the underdog.
He was because.
So was Patrick Reed always your underdog?
I don't know. It's different. It's different.
I don't know. I don't.
I think Patrick Reed. Yeah, Patrick Reed is the underdog
because he's hated. But he wins.
But Phil wasn't hated.
But he wins. That's what I'm saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. This whole debate is ridiculous. These people are what are they talking about? I don't think anybody follows anything that we're saying right now.
All right, let's just move on.
We're gonna move on. So
I just wanted to know.
I understand what you were saying, but it was not
relatable.
I don't think so.
I think I just threw you for a loop.
You did. You definitely gave me the old looper, and I got calls for more coming in. Should I take the call on the air? But all right. So Tiger Woods, he's won everything, right?
Yep. Literally,
except one thing. What might you think it be?
The Olympic gold medal.
Do you think he ever wins one?
I think if the Olympics would have happened this summer, I think yes.
Didn't they just postpone them?
They
didn't cancel them, and they got to wait another 4 years. I don't think that would be right.
I don't know. We're gonna have to look. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. I'm sure I know the answer. I just don't remember right now. But I don't know if they postponed them. I don't even know. Like, let's say
if you don't know the answer, then if you don't remember the answer, then
you want me to just look it up right now?
I mean, I don't know why not. You're sitting in front of a very large computer, are you not?
Yeah, I am. Should I share my screen to the broadcast?
No, like a Zoom call, like at work. But no. But I think. If that is the only thing, right? That's what I was thinking of, right? He hasn't won a gold medal, and I think that he probably wants one. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's the only thing he hasn't won, and he is a proud American. No,
it would be awesome if he won one, though.
Okay, here we go. I got the answer. The 2020 Summer Olympics will begin on Friday, July 23, 2021, as of today.
Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah,
they postponed it to next year, which is good because it's not fair that those people who've been training for the last 4 years have to wait another 4 years. It's
true.
So that's good.
So a year. So they both postponed it a year.
Right, which is good then because then the next one will only be 3 years after.
Right,
which is cool. They'll go back on track.
But a lot of athletes. This is going off of golf, but a lot of athletes train for like 4 years.
No, I know they do.
So wouldn't that throw them off? So they have to speed up everything.
I mean. These people train all the time, every day. Anyway, it's not like they're
golf,
taking a year off and then they're going to draw. No, should golf even be in the Olympics?
Yeah, should baseball be in the Olympics? Because it was, and it was taken out, and I think it's back now. I think every sport should be in the Olympics.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's just an unfair advantage.
Or you make the World Baseball Classic a part of the Olympics or something like that. Like sort of like how the Winter Olympics happened?
No, I mean, I don't know. Look, basketball, the dream team, that was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That was great. I was, young when that was going on. It was awesome. It was like I used to go to I begged to go to McDonald's every single day during like a 2-week span because they were giving away
to be like Mike?
No, they were giving away the big dream
that was a Gatorade
cups.
Commercial, right?
You want to be like Mike?
Yeah.
But anyway, no, so I don't know. Team sports like baseball.
Golf.
Golf is, I don't like golf as a team.
Should football be in the Olympics?
No, because they don't play football in other countries around the world.
True.
And the same thing with baseball. Like I know there are a lot of countries that play baseball, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I kind of like the obscure Olympic curling in the winter, bobsledding. That kind of shit is cool, I dig that stuff, like the downhill.
Have you ever been bobsledding?
And then
I'm just wondering.
What kind of fucking question? Well, how would I ever be? Why, where, and when would I have ever been bobsledding?
You're a whole team. It's just you. You ever seen Bob Menery's bobsledding video?
No.
It's hilarious.
It's a good one. I got to check it out. But no, so I like, and then in the summer, what do you got? You got like the
water polo.
The water, like water polo.
Diving.
The diving is great. That video from Menery. It was about Menery. That Felicia, the Olympics. I was the diver. The diver one was great. But no, I enjoy the Olympics for that. I watch Major League Baseball. That's where all the best in the world go to play because that's where the money is, and that's football, basketball, even hockey. It's like it's bigger in other countries than it is in America, but yet they all play in the NHL. So It's like. I don't need those sports in the Olympics. Now, don't get me wrong. Look at the Miracle, the 1980 Miracle on Ice.
Yeah.
That was huge. That had, so I guess because of that and the Dream Team, there is a spot for all those things. But I don't know. I'm more interested, like us playing baseball. If all the pros played baseball, it would be good, probably because the rest of the world is kind of on par. But basketball, when all the pros play, it's a runaway. It's a blowout. It's silly. I think baseball would kind of be that way as well.
No, against
hockey's kind of split, but then again, it's not really because you got Canada, but then all the other countries it's kind of spread out. Like,
but I think golf is. I do think golf is the most diverse, where they do play in a lot of countries, no matter your nationality.
They do for sure. But yeah. So anyway, so
you think he does or doesn't, Tiger?
Oh, I think he definitely wants one for sure.
Of course,
for sure he wants one. He's that kind of a competitor. Does he get one? I mean, what's more important to him? Catching Jack with the majors or winning a gold medal? Because you know what, he goes out there, he's playing for a gold medal, and maybe it messes up.
But here's my question.
It messes up next year's majors. Like,
here's my question: does Jack have a gold medal?
No, golf wasn't in the Olympics.
Okay. So wouldn't that make him already better than Jack if he had one? Well, not better, but
no, because
golf
is
push
new.
him.
If golf was, it's
just a question. It's not.
No, I get it. If golf was in the Olympics for 50 years and Jack played in them and never won one, and then Tiger did and did win one, then yes,
makes sense, right?
But the fact that Jack couldn't play in the Olympics, because I could be wrong. I mean, did it come back?
Well, I
don't think it was ever in it, but I could be wrong on that. But if that's the case, if golf was never played in the Olympics, then no, I don't think that means anything. But I think Tiger is being very, 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 very strategic as to which tournaments he's playing, because he wants to be in the best shape, ready to go health-wise for the majors, because I really think that's all that matters to him right now.
Well, let's look at it this way.
And it's all that matters to me.
By the time the Olympics would have started next year, which is going to be July.
Which means he'll be training for it in June.
Well, the Masters would already had passed, the PGA Championship would have passed, and the U.S. Open would have passed.
So they're going to basically be going right after. See, that's the other thing. But now you're missing the rest of the PGA Tour. You're missing the rest of all that, of the good stuff.
For a week, for
the FedEx Cup.
For a month, right?
Yeah, I mean, now, didn't they kind of like freeze? They put a pause on it so that the players could go play over there?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. It happened 4 years ago. It was the first time ever I'd seen it. It was really cool. I did like it.
And
I think
Justin
Tiger
Rose won.
Yeah. And didn't Kuchar got a bronze, right?
Yeah, Justin Rose got a gold.
Who got the silver?
I don't know. When that happened, I wasn't a big time an avid golfer like I am now.
It was 4 years ago. Yeah. You were still in your baseball mode.
I still am.
Well, so you say.
Oh, come to my game.
Come on, a game? I'll come to your game. You want me in the stands?
Summer.
You want me standing? Oh, I'll be screaming like an asshole. I'll be like, strike this bum out. This guy's a bum. Look at this guy. The producer, Jeremy. But anyway, all right. So Tiger, another medal, majors, the whole thing. I mean, I'm rooting for Tiger big time. Obviously, golf is so much better when Tiger's there. I mean, just the scenes from last year were absolutely sick. But here's the question. This was the 10th question in this article that I read preparing for today. And this is what made me go and check what the actual date of the article was, because the question was, will Tiger win another major?
Okay.
All right. It's a fair question, right? Everybody talks about it, right? But when I saw 72% of the PGA golfers on the golfers on the PGA Tour said no.
And this was in 2017.
Well, that was when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, he just won a major last year. Why would 74% think that he can't win again? That's what prompted me to go look to see when the article was from. That's another thing about the internet. Like you type in something, it pops up. You start reading it. Like you got to be conscious of that. You got to look at when the hell this came out,
right?
Because it changes content, it changes everything, really. So when I saw that, I was like, 74% said no. I went and looked. 2017 makes sense, right? Because in 2017, it was very what's going on with Tiger.
Right.
You know, he's hurt. He's this, that, the other, all the other problems.
We won't say.
You know, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I think so. It was 72% said no, 16% said yes, 8% said I hope so.
Please do,
and then 4% said that they didn't know. It seemed to be like a trend with the article. There was always a 4% that couldn't decide.
How can you know? Like, I guess it's hard. Like, in 2016, you were more into golf than I was. But if someone would walk up to you and say, "Yo, is Tiger going to win another major?" What would your answer have been?
Depends on when. If it was just during the domestic stuff and all that, then I would have said
like
yeah,
his
for sure.
His mugshot.
But then if you turn around and it's after like all the fusion surgeries and stuff like that, it was kind of hard to say yes.
Yeah.
You know, you hope that he did come back. You hope that he did, get another major,
right.
And he did,
yeah.
And it was epic. And the FedEx Cup, the last tournament of the year, was like that was like a sea of people. It was awesome. It was an amazing experience. So anyway. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So back in 2017, 72% of golfers on tour thought that he would never win another major. Wrong. You're wrong.
Since we're talking about baseball, here's a question that I had. I don't know if you have.
Are we talking about baseball?
We just were. We're talking about.
Kind of. We mentioned it.
Here's a question I have for you. Vijay Singh, and I think you have it in your notepad, right?
Yeah.
All right. Vijay Singh was heckled when he said that he wanted to play on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Korn Ferry Tour. If you don't know what the Korn Ferry Tour is, it's the old
Web.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian just figured that out.
I just said. So it's like a minor league. It's like a minor league
of golf.
Right.
Or your stepping stone before you hit the PGA Tour.
Right.
So he was
Korn Ferry. It always kind of like it sounds to me that it's like it's single A ball.
Yeah.
Not triple A.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all right. So Vijay Singh.
He was just heckled.
Major winner.
Right.
Multiple majors, I believe, right?
Yeah,
the
majors.
guy's legit, right? Cleveland guy.
He's a Cleveland guy.
Right? Cleveland wedges.
He said I said 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, he said that he wanted to play in a couple Korn Ferry Tour events. He was heckled for it. He was bashed on Instagram and all the.
So let me ask you why. So is he on the Champions Tour currently?
I believe so, yes.
Is he trying to maybe not play a couple of those events and supplement them with the Korn Ferry?
I don't know if it was a question mark for the Champions Tour to come back, but he did just publicly say that he wants to play in a couple Korn Ferry Tour events.
This happens to a lot. I think this happens to a lot of people when they realize, like the Vijay Singhs of the world, Big Easy,
right?
Did
he ever play in the Korn Ferry Tour? Did Tiger ever play in the Korn Ferry?
Why am I blanking on Ernie Els?
Yes,
I blanked on I said Big Easy and I couldn't think of his name for a second.
That's because isn't that what the Rondo Barrio called him?
What, Big Easy?
Yeah, Ernie Els.
That's his nickname.
I know, but Rondo Barrio called something that made us laugh in that episode.
I don't remember. I laughed a lot in that episode. But no, so I think that happens a lot. When the tail end of your career on the PGA Tour, when you're really starting to realize that these kids are better, right? You're not consistently, your body's not working the same way. It's a lot harder to get, in golf shape or whatever you want to call it. I think this happens to a lot of the players. So they finally say, all right, it's time to move off the PGA Tour.
Right.
But then going to the Champions Tour
is a step down.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a step down because you're stepping down from the major leagues, okay? But it's almost like, do you want to go to the AARP tournament? Or do you want to try to go back down to AAA, not because you're trying to get back to the PGA, but because better competition,
right? And that's my question.
That's like Ernie Els is winning like every champions. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, is that fun? Like they're at that point they're not playing for the money, especially the guys like Ernie Els and Vijay Singh. They're playing for the competition. So let me guess. So people that had a problem with him going down to the Korn, wanting to go down to the Korn Ferry, they're like, oh, you're taking away a spot from a potential.
Or you're taking away money from other people.
But if it really was just the money, I would say if I was Vijay, hey, guys, add a spot to the tournament. Let me play in it. Don't pay me anything. If I win, I'll donate it back. So, I mean, they don't need the money. I mean, what's the Korn Ferry Tour making for a win? Couple $100 G's? I mean, Vijay Singh don't need that.
If that, I think they're making like $25,000.
No, it's probably more than that. But again, that's I think that would make the Korn Ferry Tour better.
Without a doubt.
If I'm running the Korn Ferry Tour, and I'm like, okay. Wait a second. We're trying to get these young guys up so they can get to the PGA Tour. Now we got these older guys that they don't want to yet go to the Champions Tour. They want to go down here to kind of compete a little bit more, and they're going to do it for free.
Why not?
Why not? I'm watching the Korn Ferry Tour because our guy Alex Beach is on there.
Yeah, shout out to him.
So that's a shout out to our guy. So I'm watching it now because of him. But if you tell me he's paired up with Vijay Singh, I'm going to the tournament.
Right.
Ernie Els. I mean, again, I don't know if they all feel that way because I'm sure, like, going to the Champions Tour, it's kind of like, yeah, you're just out there playing.
Chilling,
are you really training like you were? I don't think so.
Well, if your name is Vijay Singh, you are.
Well, Vijay's a nut. That's why Vijay's like, I don't want to play up there. I want to play down here because these kids, like, it's more comp.
Right.
Which, I don't know. I agree with him. I think it's good.
So my question to you is,
what is the question?
And we're both, like, I guess baseball guys. No one, like, heckles Bartolo Colon or, like, I think Roger Clemens went down and played independent ball or... Like you see that all the time with older baseball players, well, they'll go down into the minor leagues or a Somerset Patriots type of team to play baseball. But no one says, yo, you're taking money away or you're taking a spot away from a potential.
You know what I think
leaguer.
it is? Because there's single A, double A, triple A. There's so many levels. There's so many people that try. I mean, I don't know.
You know what's funny? Tonight's the first round of MLB draft, which no one cares about.
That kid from Arizona State's going to go number one in Detroit.
And then
what's
the
his
kid
name?
number
Tootenberry or something. He's got a weird first
name.
No, it's not. Is that it?
Something like that.
So, yeah, it's something like that. I don't know if that's it. I heard it today. Wow, that's gotta suck going to Detroit.
Yeah, but Detroit has the number 1 pick for like a long time now. The number 2 pick from Vanderbilt, I love that kid. That kid's pretty good.
The kid from Vandy, the outfielder?
No, it's third baseman, Austin Martin.
Okay.
Sounds like a legit name too, Austin Martin.
Well, it sounds like the car.
Aston Martin.
Right, I'm saying it's close. Right? But anyway, so all right, so we're moving on here. So let's go. So that was the Vijay Singh thing, and I agree with you on that. How long are we at right now, by the way?
30 minutes.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! We just can't help it.
We also have 2 reads in there that's supposed to be.
It was a read and a half. It was the same thing. So speaking of a read, let's do one now. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, our friends over at O'Brien Creative. How your business is perceived in the public eye can make all the difference between just getting by and truly thriving. At OCG, we can guarantee that trust in us with your brand's identity will garner the attention of potential clients and competitors alike. From logo design to social media management, together we can reach new heights. Visit our website to learn more about who we are and how we can help at O'BrienCreative.com. That's OBRIENCREATIVEGROUP.com. Shout out to them. Love you guys.
They're a great group.
All right, so here's another thing. So this kind of ties into what we've been kind of rambling off kilter about.
Good.
Is are you concerned? This was a 2017 article. PGA Tour professionals answered this question. Are you concerned that players are taking PEDs that are undetectable through urine tests?
Okay, I'll let you go first so I can hear your
What do you think what the percentages were yes to no with the PGA Tour professionals knowing now 2017? Are you concerned that players are taking PEDs that are undetectable through urine tests?
I think it's almost like a 60-40 split.
It's actually more. 84%
really
of PGA Tour players in 2017 said no.
Oh, okay.
They are not concerned that players are taking PEDs. Now,
how do you
there's a lot of different PEDs.
Yeah.
You know, you could take the HGH, you could take all the other designer steroids, but it's like there are a lot of performance-enhancing drugs that you can take that
you don't know about.
You don't know about. Yeah. You don't necessarily swole up like a tick, like Barry Bonds did.
Or Sammy Sosa, Mark
Mcgwire. Like, Mcgwire and Sosa were, really, Mcgwire was really always a big guy.
Clemens,
right. He never admitted it, right?
Lance Armstrong.
Perfect example is Lance Armstrong, right? He was never yoked out of his mind. He was never this jacked up guy, but, would it help in golf? I always had this theory in baseball is like, look, it obviously increases your bat speed.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're recovering faster, so now those aches and pains aren't bothering you anymore. So, a fly ball that would have gone out, would have been an out at the warning track is now going 25 seats up because you're just faster and you're just stronger. So it helps. Obviously it helps. But when you look at Mcgwire, when you look at Bonds especially, these guys we're talking about Hall of Famers before.
Yeah.
So just to kind of get that out there for the hell of it, we're talking baseball. I think it's BS. I think everybody in the era, it should just be when you walk through the booth, through the gate, and you're in there at the Hall of Fame, and you're in that era, because they got them broken up by eras, right? Put the asterisk there.
Yeah.
This era was played with a lot of players that we do know and don't know were using performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs. That's it. And you walk in, and everybody's in there.
Yeah. Because
they still did it. Okay, and one thing that really, really, really bothers me when we're talking about stuff, it wasn't even illegal.
No.
It was not against the rules of baseball. It was, I guess, illegal, but technically it's not. Because if it's illegal in Mexico and you hop on your jet, you fly to Mexico, you get shot up with all the steroids once a week, once every other week, whatever, once a month, whatever the hell it is, and you go fly back home, you didn't do anything illegal. You didn't break a single rule.
Right.
All right? They were not illegal, and when they were doing it, they were like, oh, shit, maybe we should do something about it. No, what are we doing that for? Look at the ratings. Look at this. It was great. It brought baseball back.
Yep.
Right? And I love that it did that. And the pitchers were taking it. The batters were everybody was probably on them, but I don't care.
Right.
I could care less. It was entertaining. Sports folks are entertainment. Okay? They're entertainers. You watch them to forget about your life. You watch them, whether it be to gamble, be with your boys, whatever it may be. You watch sports for a lot of different reasons, but it's entertainment when it comes down to it.
Correct.
I don't care. I want to see a 500-foot home run. I don't give a shit about the guy's liver. I really don't care. He's making $300 million a year.
Right.
What do we care about what's going on? So, hey, you want to take it, take it. But what about Adderall? You know, something like that, like an amphetamine like that, like an Adderall, that'll help you on a golf course, and you would never know.
Correct.
And that's considered a PED.
Yep.
That a lot of baseball, a lot of pitchers,
pitchers
focusing.
Yep.
It helps you focus.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, who cares? Let them do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'll take a ton of steroids if it means I'm going to make a couple $100 million in a contract that's guaranteed.
Right.
But it's like, you know, look.
Can't that hurt your golf game though? Like, if you
I don't know. You would think that, but then, like you said, look at Lance Armstrong.
Yeah. But
your swing speed's going to go up. Your recovery is going to go up. You're going to be able to play in more tournaments.
Right.
You're not going to get hurt. You're going to be able to recover from your injuries. Your swing speed. I mean, yeah, you're not cranking bicep curls when you're not like, you know, that guy at the gym that's working out with no shoes on and an old school Walkman with the bandana, and he's bumping out curls like a lunatic, 100-pound dumbbells.
Right.
That guy stopped playing golf. We know that. You know, but on the flip side, it's like, yeah, but what if they're doing, like, you know, the other stuff, the CrossFit shit, you know, with the ropes and the cables.
Which is big.
It's big, right. What if you just, you know, so yes, it would help. Do I think it's a problem? I don't, because I really don't think, I don't give a shit. The NFL, they're not doing it. Of course they're doing it.
Right.
They're the best 1,500 football players in the world.
Yeah.
I don't care what they shoot in their body. It's a violent game.
Swimmers?
I could care. I don't care. Okay. Swim. Fucking Aquaman. I don't care. Right. Shoot them up. I could care less. I really don't care. I just think that I'm just pissed off that, you know, Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame because of something he did after he got done playing. Yep. You're in the Hall of Fame as a baseball player, not as a coach, not as a GM, not as out of anything else that you do something wrong. Doesn't matter. Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds, he still broke the record.
Yeah. I say this all the time to my followers. I was like, yo, you can take whatever you want. You still have to be able to hit and pitch the ball.
Right. You still need the eye-hand coordination.
Right.
You still got to be able to do it. You could juice up all you want. Take the Sustanon, the Winstrol, the deep ball. Take all the shit you want. Still doesn't mean you're going to hit the ball.
Right.
So you obviously need an ability to hit at that level. You know, but granted, look, the ball's coming at you 5 miles an hour faster because that pitcher's on juice. Mm-hmm. Andy Pettitte was nasty.
But he wasn't on it.
Of course he was. He admitted it.
Oh, you know what he did, and then that's when he came back.
See, Andy Pettitte handled it right.
He did, but he's like a humble guy.
Well, he's like a real hardcore born again Christian. Like he's out there.
That's why I don't think of it. But yeah,
but I think that, like, first of all, admit it, apologize, and move on.
Yep.
You know, A-Rod denied it way too long. Eventually apologized and whatever, admitted it.
Right.
But and now he's kind of back in the public eye. He's, you know, looked at, you know, okay.
Well, especially if he's dating J-Lo. I mean,
well, yeah, but I think he would have been even a higher profile if he would have just came out the beginning like, yeah, dude. I was already a Hall of Famer before I started taking them.
100%.
I got hurt, needed to come back, took them, realized they were helping me, kept doing them. I was wrong. I screwed up. Sue me. Yeah. It wasn't in the rules that I couldn't.
Yeah, that bothers me.
That hasn't been said. Right. Like, baseball did not have a policy on this. Neither does golf, to my knowledge. I don't think so. I mean, but, you know, there are a couple players that are getting yoky. I'm just saying.
Well, like
Brooks and Bryson and DJ's tall and lanky.
But I don't know.
But I don't think that. I mean, Rory's all jacked up too, but he's like 5'2". But again, I don't care.
No.
If they are, I mean, I think that this, 72% said no, 16%, or no, excuse me, I take that back. 84% said no, and 16% said yes.
Okay.
That they think that it's a problem that
those players are probably
not
on tour right now.
2017, yeah, who knows? So I don't really care. I don't care.
So your argument is you rather see a 350-yard bomb. So do you think long drive people are taking steroids? There's some yoked.
There
people.
are.
Well, they're driving about 420 yards.
Yeah, I mean, they're also using a longer club. They're using different types of stuff. But they're swinging it like
huge. They're bigger than like Dwayne Johnson.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and say that I think these people are taking steroids, but I really don't care if they are, because steroids aren't helping your short game.
No,
steroids are not helping your putting.
Right?
So your swing speed on your, you're hitting your 4-iron about 15, 20 yards further. Who cares?
Right.
Still has to hit the green.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Again, go back to that baseball, the eye-hand coordination. Your swing speed might be great, might be a lot faster, but you still have to actually connect the bat to the ball.
Correct.
The ball's moving.
Yep.
Golf, it's not. But again, it's not helping you in the putting. It's not helping you in your fielding. I mean, is it helping? Maybe you're getting to a ball that I don't know, maybe. But again, I don't think it's helping you that much in golf that it's a worry.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I don't think it's ever been brought up to anybody's attention that it is a worry.
Right. It might help your sponsorships. You're better looking dude if you're filling out that golf shirt the right way. But they're all
like
their
Bubba
shirts.
Watson. We always rag on Bubba.
We rag on Bubba, man, and I don't like him. I don't. I don't know. Why'd you say Bubba? Why'd you do that?
Because his shirts are like always down.
And he's got the damn thing tied up to the top. It drives me crazy. Anyway, all right. So another one. Let's move on. All right. Here's another one that was on the show, and this is actually the one that they were talking about on my way in.
Okay.
This is the one right here. Would you be willing to wear, again, PGA Tour players asked this question in 2017, would you be willing to wear a microphone during a competitive round for the TV broadcast?
Oh, so that's why they're talking about it now. It's relevant. It's fairly new that it's been brought up
this
again.
Was in 2017. Right.
I know, but Mad Dog's talking.
Right. Now it's being brought up again 3 years later because of the match and the drive for relief. Right. So that's why. And we talked about this yesterday for a couple of hours, and then today I hear it on the radio, and then obviously I read this article, and I'm like, all right, I got to talk about this, right? So what do you think of in 2017? What do you think that the numbers were, yes versus no?
There was more no's than yes.
And
there was more yeses than no?
There were more yeses. So would you be willing to wear a microphone during a competitive round for the TV broadcast? 52% said yes. 44% said no, and 4% said maybe.
That's weird because isn't golf evolved? I don't know. I think that's just weird that more people said yes than no.
In 2017, I would think that more people would say yes now.
Yeah, 100%.
After because they were all watching.
Because golf
the
is getting more
too.
Lackadaisical. You know what I'm saying? Like it's getting more relaxed and stuff like that.
It is. They're talking about wearing shorts on tour. They're talking about and I think that these are steps to make more people into the game, which
100%.
Would make the game better. It's like. It is what it is. Like, you want to grow the game, so let's grow the game. This is a great way to grow the game. Show the game from the inside. Look at the NFL films, the way they're mic'd up everywhere. People are you're hearing stuff that you normally didn't hear. Like, that's pretty cool. With no fans, you're gonna pick up stuff that you normally didn't pick up anyway, right?
We're gonna get now, Ron. We're gonna get the lip syncs. You ever seen the NFL lip syncs where they're saying something funny, but they're not saying
TikTok
that
stuff. People do it on TikTok.
They're going to get that now all the time.
But here's so I could understand. Like, let's just say, look, in the society and the things and the times that we're living in right now, I personally would be nervous if I was a player.
Yeah.
And I was being mic'd up, because it's very easy to just take out of context what I say. If I have a name for a club, let's say Shirley. Shirley's my code name for my 52 degree.
Luke Walker. No, let's say Walker for an example.
No, it's got to be. Let me make the point.
All right, go.
Shirley, right? And I'm over there talking to my caddy, like, what do you think? You think Shirley can get there? I don't think so. I don't think she's got it in her. Come on, I think I can get her there. Come on, all right, hit her good. Like. That's just I'm referring to a club. Now, obviously, but again, hitter, get her there?
Right.
Can she get there? Can she get in the hole? Like, can I put Shirley in the hole? like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like anything like that. If you have any code names, like, you know, we go out with Mike and Frank and we shoot, and they got code names for the shots. Like they're like, oh, go pick up this, and it's a code name, you know, the Skywalker, whatever, and he knows go put this one camera in this one spot to get this kind of shot. Like, if you're out there with your caddy and you're in the middle of it, first of all, you want them to not remember that they're on, and that's what happens to a lot of people with reality TV shows. After about a couple hours of you being conscious of looking into the lens and talking to a camera, after a couple hours, you forget the camera's there and you're just yourself.
Right.
And that might be scary for some people. You know, you might say something that can be, you know, construed in a way where you look, whether it be, you know, racist, ignorant, this, that, you know, the other, but that might not be the, you know what I mean? Like that's, so I would be afraid if I was a player. As a fan, I want it because I want to know what these guys are thinking at the holes. I mean, we hear a little bit about, you know, Bryson DeChambeau because he's doing like, you know, NASA equations in his head and taking in all these. So you hear that stuff because it's unique.
Right.
But I want to hear what other people are saying. What's Webb Simpson saying to his caddy about this shot? Wow, the grass is going this way. This is going this way. The wind's going up here. Watch the bunker, the green slopes. I want to hear that shit because that's just something you got to know.
But that's some of the stuff that maybe players don't want other players to know.
Yeah, how they're seeing a hole because maybe they're seeing the hole differently. Right. No, so there's a competitive.
Right.
There's a competitive now to it.
JT actually said in a tweet or publicly in an interview or something.
What did he say?
He said, I wouldn't want to be mic'd up because the conversations I have with my caddy and every other player in my group stays between us and stays between me and the group. And this is JT, who's been mic'd up before. He's been mic'd up before. He was a reporter for the match.
I think he's kind of understanding what I'm saying. I think we're kind of saying the same thing.
What you're saying?
Like if I was a player, like I would be nervous.
Right.
I don't, you know, not that, you know, you can't be in this conversation, but like maybe I don't want to give away tips, like you said, or I'm afraid that, you know, I might say shit when I slice a ball, like, and you know, you got
upset.
You got little kids, you know, like stuff that you say when you miss a putt that could have cost you $1 million.
Right.
You know, you might give them a mother effer, you know, and that's not a good look for.
That's normal, though.
I know, but I mean, none of your 8-year-old kid is a diehard JT fan and just heard him say mother effer on TV because he missed the shots. Now, what's that kid gonna go do next time he shakes a shot at the
curse?
Mother effer. So I don't know. It's like so you got to worry about your sponsors first of all. You got to worry about your image. Then you got to worry about giving away tips to other players that could actually beat you using your own strategy, you know, whatever. There's that. But as far as a fan, I want to know what they're talking about. I want to know what they're thinking about. I want to see it. I want to hear it. It would be awesome.
Just go to the tournament.
Majors.
But just go to the tournament then.
But you're not that close to them.
You can be.
Unless they shank one and they're over, you know, and then
you can be that close. But there's the alternative to that. Just go to the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
because
I'm talking
you get
about
there
consistently. I want to watch a feed. Okay, hot mic. Right? It's like a hot mic type of situation where I'm watching the tournament or I want to be able to follow Tiger and just watch every hole and listen. I don't want to listen to the commentary. No commentary. I just want to hear Tiger talk the whole time.
So then
I want to hear what they're saying, him and his caddy, him and Joe.
So the microphones that they have on the course already, just move it closer.
Or make them one more louder. Bag. You don't want to wear one because then that might be weird.
Right.
You know, like Tom Brady when he holed out from like 180 yards.
You saw
the microphone was swinging, which probably slowed his lag down a little bit. Actually, may help him actually make the shot. But I don't want. I put him on the bag. Put him on the bag. Make the caddy wear a mic. Put him on the bag. So when they're standing next to the bag discussing the shot, you get it, but you might not get the F-bombs when they miss a shot. I don't know. But I would like to see it.
You have the boom microphones with the people. You have a microphone guy walking around with a microphone the whole time.
Yeah, you do.
So that would be the equivalent. That would be the equivalent of putting a microphone on the back.
An edit mic wouldn't be bad. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't care where the hell the mic goes. I want a mic. I want to hear the mic. I want to hear what they're saying. I really do. But 52% of them said that they would be willing to wear a microphone during a competitive round for a TV broadcast in 2017. I think that number is higher now because of the match and things that are going on. People want to hear it, but I do think I would be nervous if I was a player. Last question. Would you rather... Well, let's do a read real fast.
Let's do a read.
Let's do a read. Sparrows. We haven't heard from Sparrows in a while. Let's get them in here. You know that feeling you get after a long round of trying to save bogey all day, barely breaking 100? You know it. Pissed off and hungry. The last thing you want to do is you want to worry about where you're going to go find a decent lunch, but don't worry, I got you covered. Head over to Sparrows in Montclair for a quick bite. Montclair, New Jersey, that is. Upper Montclair, New Jersey. These guys are taking traditional family recipes and mixing in a little modern flair to produce quality, authentic Italian specialties and monster sandwiches. Try to paisano with the Duke's Mayo and tell them Ronnie from New Jersey sent you. Sparrows Deli and Catering is located at 197 Bellevue Avenue, Upper Montclair, Pinkies Out, New Jersey, 07043. Check them out. Sparrows, Google them, the whole nine. I got the Uber Eats. They're doing all the pickup, hands-free. Good stuff. Grubhub, all those places. DoorDash, I think is another one. Right? Another one, DoorDash. Anyway, so here's the last question. Would you rather win, okay? Would you rather win one time a year for a decade on the PGA Tour?
Right.
Every single year, you're winning one tournament. Now, it could be the Charles Schwab Challenge, right? Or maybe, it wasn't specific in the questions, or maybe it's a major PGA championship. Right? Maybe it's the Waste Management. Maybe it's the one you never heard of. Right?
The Players.
Well, you've heard of the Players. But...
No, I'm saying like maybe it's the Players.
Maybe it's the Players, right. Or, so would you rather do that one a year for a decade? It's a long time. 10 years for those of you who are not sure what a decade is. Right?
Are you wearing pink socks?
I am wearing pink socks.
Okay.
Purple, actually.
All right, we'll go back to the show, but that just threw me off.
You looking at my socks?
I was just looking down for some reason. I think I was looking at the light, and there was just pink socks.
You saw my purple socks. They're purple. They're
whatever.
Pink.
Hot pink, purple,
They're not hot pink either. They're purple.
No, they're purple. There you go.
They're my jerkle. They're my Joker socks. Joker socks. Oh, my God, I can't even speak. But here, so would you rather win one tournament, one rando tournament on the PGA Tour every single year for 10 straight years? Or win the Masters one time, but never win another event again in your career?
Okay.
One Masters green jacket. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never going to come, you're not coming in second and third and placing and having a long career. Okay? If you win if you win a major, you want it to be the Masters. So so you win one Masters jacket and never win anything else in your career, we'll say a 10-year career, or win one event every year for a decade?
That's a hard question.
Well, first off, what do you think the pros on the PGA Tour say?
The pros on the PGA Tour, I think they said Masters. Most said Masters.
Nope.
Most said decade. Okay.
60%. Shocking. I was floored. I was with you on this one. 60% said they would rather win one a year for a decade. 36% said the Masters. And again, there's that 4% can't decide. That must have been just the plus minus thing. It's
right.
I'm
going to have to go. Me personally, I'm going to have to go probably one event for every year. And we talked about this for a long time last night, too. One event for a year. First of all, financially puts me stable.
So does winning a Masters.
Financially puts me stable for at least.
You don't know that, though.
I do.
Because you might be winning, a smaller tournament that's only $500,000.
But if it's on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Financially.
Google what the Masters paid out last year. I want to say it was like, it's either $7.5 million or $17 million.
No doubt, it is.
And if you win a Masters, you're getting sponsors. $11.5 million.
Yeah.
Now Google a small the Rocket Mortgage tournament. The Rocket what's it called? The Rocket Mortgage. Find that one out.
Hold on, I'm just gonna put Detroit. The smallest payout on tour.
Tell me what it is. I want to win the Masters because it doesn't necessarily with this scenario. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not coming in second.
It's the British Open.
The British Open pays the least amount of money as the majors, probably.
British Open has the smallest. Oh, yeah, you're right. You got to read. I'm sorry, I'm not a big.
You got to read. But no, that's. I would rather have the Masters.
All right, it's a little under $500,000.
What? Isn't that what I said? 500.
No, okay, but you wanted assurance. I'm telling you, it's a little under $500,000.
It's even less than what I said. $500,000, right? So I said, all right, so you could possibly win 7 years in a row a tournament that pays you $500,000. Okay,
I mean,
so that's $3.5 million.
Odds? What are the odds?
Or you're talking $11 million for a Masters. So at the prestige of the Masters.
Okay. That's just the finance of it. Let's go now.
But it's funny because the reason why 60% of the PGA Tour players said one a year for a decade was because they thought
more money.
Right.
So,
but I don't think that's not necessarily the case.
So that's the finances of it. Let's go by legacy of it. Would you like? It's like saying
is 10 random tournaments on tour a legacy?
That's not a legacy, but I think you have a greater chance of more people knowing your name and remembering your name than I'm going to read off a name that you may not know here.
No,
and don't bullshit and tell me you are going to know this name. I'm trying to think of a name that you wouldn't know.
Right, of course you are.
Mike Weir.
Mike Weir.
Who is that? And what did he win?
He's a golfer.
What did he win?
The Masters.
Yes, he won the Masters.
Yeah.
But honestly, did you...
Like Danny Willett.
Danny Willett recently won in 2016.
I know, but has he done anything since?
No.
But I know who he is.
All right, what about Ian Wisnam?
Oh, he won in 1987.
How about... No, he won in 91.
All right, well, it wasn't too far off.
Larry Mize. Larry Mize. Who's Larry Mize?
Larry's from Alabama. I know Larry. Larry's yes, Larry did. Never won.
Craig Stadler.
Yeah, I know Craig.
Okay.
I know the names, man. I know the
Raymond
names.
Floyd?
Floyd. Yeah, I know Raymond Floyd.
Okay. Tommy Aaron?
Sure.
Stop. Stop.
Sure.
No way.
Oh, no idea.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
But that's the thing. It's
so
like,
I guess the argument now would be
all right, now go show me who won the Rocket Mortgage tournament the last 10 years. I bet you I don't know any of them either.
Serious? Ricky Fowler?
Ricky Fowler won the
He won one of them.
Well, you could say that about anybody. Yeah, but that's the point I'm trying to make. So I want a green jacket. That's me. I want a green jacket. I'm winning. I'll take the $11.5 million. And I'm good. I'm good. Done.
I'm trying to think here.
It's like an hour episode, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a good conversation, this last part.
I mean, I think it is. Are you going to edit this now? You're going to have to edit it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take out the double read that we did.
No, the double read was funny. I don't want a double read. Take out some of the other stuff we talked about because this is good. We talked a lot about baseball.
I guess my argument would be like,
although it's inside the leather. I mean, it could actually, gloves are leather. So
who said that last week? Oh, what's his name? Philly Bucket.
Philly Bucket. Yeah, give it a shit last week.
Yeah, but like in 10 years, who we remember more? I don't know. It's like who's someone who like won the Masters recently but didn't win, hasn't won anything else?
Danny Willett.
Okay, would you remember him more or would you remember Tony Finau more? Because Finau comes close every year and he wins.
Well, that's my point. So if you win one Masters, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to do well and you're not going to be known. If you could finish second, third in the Rocket Mortgage one and the Charles Schwab, it just means you're not going to win another.
Right.
If I'm going to win a tournament, I want it to be the Masters, even if I'm going to win 10 of the other ones that are random. Now, you might get lucky and you might win a PGA Championship, which would
you might win the Players. Cool. You might win the Waste Management.
Like, yeah, but you also might win the Rocket.
In my eyes, like I would remember obviously something like the Waste Management or the Players because it's a more prestige tournament. So if you do win that tournament and you get paid at least, I don't know, I think it's like $5 million or something, you're going to be remembered more in a legacy type thing. So I think I want to go legacy over just winning one thing and running the chance of being forgotten.
When you have that green jacket, that's a legacy. That's it. For those 4 days, you were the best golfer on the planet.
And you're forgotten.
I don't care. I got $11 million and I got a green jacket. And I can play Augusta whenever I want for the rest of my life. So that's it. I got nothing else. I'm done. It's a very lazy episode.
I think so. Laid back conversation.
A little laid back conversation.
But that's what a podcast is. You lay back, you relax,
and you discuss topics, right? Is that kind of what it is? Because I like bringing the energy, yelling and screaming about crazy things, getting amped up.
Yeah,
like, that's what I like.
That's what people want. Rants. People love rants.
Well, yeah, I like the rant, but we didn't really rant. We just had more of a casual.
You ranted, but you definitely rant. No, you definitely ranted about the PEDs.
I did go off on the PEDs because I feel I'm strong about that.
Yep. Who's this show? This is the official show recap. So, who's this brought to you by?
Oh, the show recap brought to you by Pro Staff. Pro Staff, check them out. It's 8 locations all around northern New Jersey. Pro Staff Physical Therapy. Shout out to my man Zach. He's working on my back a couple days a week now. But yeah, so the show recap. What did we talk about? We talked about Tiger, right?
For the first time
in a long time.
Talked
about Tiger for first time in quite a while. What else we talked about? We talked about Tiger. We talked about would you want players to PEDs. Obviously, we went deep into that in baseball and everything. And then we turned around. We talked about would you want to be mic'd up if you're a PGA Tour player? Would you want to be mic'd up? I know as a fan I want to hear it, but not if I was a pro. I probably wouldn't want to do it because people clip things out and things can get taken out of context, and then you look bad for something that you shouldn't look bad for. But It happens. People then are going to just want to watch to get you. You know, it's just, I don't like it. Would you rather win one time on tour for a decade or win the Masters? And, Jeremy said one time on tour for a decade. I said the Masters.
Yeah, 2 different people.
That's it. And we ranked headwear. What a terrible par 5. Headwear.
I didn't even rank them yet.
You didn't even rank them because I just stopped it. I was like, it wasn't even a par 5. It was just like a discussion.
Segment.
I just hate fedoras and the Kangol hats.
And the straw
I gotta find it. Send me if you got a cool bucket hat for your company, send it to me. I'll wear it. I need a bucket hat, but it's
with
gotta
the
be big.
ITL logo too, and it has to have the string.
No, the string that bothers me.
Makes it. The string makes it good. It makes it nice, tight. What if it flies off? Then what? And what I also like about the string.
This is like an hour and a half.
Wait, but no, last thing and we're done.
How long is this episode?
112.
112? Frank and Mike are going to be like, what are you doing, dude?
Probably watching us right now. No, but
they're still filming? No. Yeah, we're still here, Mike.
No, what I like about the string on the bucket hats, you take it off your hat, now it just lays here like this, and then you throw it back on. What's wrong with that?
No, I understand the functionality behind
it's a great thing.
But I think the people that have it all,
no, that I won't do.
Gives me a Bubba Watson.
That I won't do.
Gives me a Bubba feel. It's like buttoning up the collar.
And they also put it like this way and they tie it down so the ears are up.
Yeah, just stop. Just stop. You look like Davy Crockett.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
That's it. Play the music. Roll us out. This is nuts. Folks, I hope you enjoyed our laid-back episode, Conversation Time. Conversation Time here at Inside the Leather. Hope you enjoyed it. So do us a favor, everybody. Keep it inside the leather. Seemed fitting.
Yep.
Is it good?
Yeah.
We're done? I can't leave without doing it one time. Keep it inside the leather! We're going to be back with a lot of activity, a lot of action, a lot of energy next week.